Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. This is week 6 of Gili Air Indonesia. Yes, you heard it right. We are back on Gili Air after a really long motorbike trip through Lombok. We didn't intend to spend so much time in Lombok, but then we just kept on driving and driving and driving all around Lombok. I think the last time I filmed was in Eckers Bay, which is in the southeast of Lombok. We spent a couple of nights there. It's the most undeveloped area we visited, I would say. It was really hard to get around because the roads, they are unpaved, and some of the roads, they're really steep and narrow and bumpy. And sometimes you go through, well, we always followed Google Maps. So sometimes Google Maps suggested ways. They were through fields and hills, and it was just quite challenging to get around. We made it to some really beautiful beaches, but we didn't go swimming, we just had a look basically. High waves, very high waves, and stunning, absolutely stunning. You could see the coral and the reefs, and it's really amazing, beautiful place. Interesting experience actually. So the last day we went on a little motorbike exploring adventure trip to go to some beaches, but then on our way, really almost in the middle of nowhere, we just got a flat tire. So I freaked out. I'm glad David stayed really calm. Pushed the motorbike to get to a place where we thought maybe we will get some help, and we ended up at this teeny tiny village. They didn't speak a word of English, and I think they never saw foreigners before, so they looked at us. Luckily the children, they were really outgoing and eager to help, and they were like, yeah, so they basically understood our problem. And in this village there was one man who apparently is able to fix motorbikes, but we were not really sure, and it was all really complicated because of communication problems. But in the end it turned out that they were able to help us, and
Can I have some water?
yes. So David and this one guy actually left the village to go to a close by shop to get the new tire. So I was there all by myself with maybe, I don't know, 20 children and maybe 10 adults, and they were all looking at me, and I thought, what could I do now? I didn't just want to sit there and wait awkwardly. So most of you actually know, before coming here to Indonesia and doing this trip, I actually lived in Laos and worked at a kindergarten for 3 years. So I learned tons of songs for children. So I just thought, okay, why not take advantage of the time spent with the local children and teach them some English. So we're singing songs for such a long time and like trying to play games with them, but yeah. Whoops, that was the door. It was really funny, but also quite exhausting. Eventually our motorbike got fixed. It took maybe an hour to fix or so. So from Eggers Bay we drove north to an area called Lombok. I'm really bad at pronouncing these areas. We went there, it's really East Lombok. We went there because we wanted to go to Gilikondo. So we got there and we found this really nice place to stay. It was a very basic minimalist bungalow. But I just really liked the setting it was in. There were tons of trees and there were a lot of hens and chicks walking around. From there we drove all the way to Sembalun. I hope I pronounced it properly, I don't know. And this is actually the area where most people start the hike to Mount Rinjani. So as you can imagine, getting closer to the mountain, the road was really steep and just amazing, really amazing views we had. Also it got a little chilly, obviously the higher you get the colder it gets. It's a little bit scary going these really winding, narrow roads, but we made it safely. Funny thing, we stopped at this lookout. I wanted to take some pictures and videos, and I didn't see that there were tons of monkeys.
Wow, we are in a cloud.
It was okay, we stopped, but then I forgot that we have our fruits and the motorbike. So this one monkey came and ripped off the bag, and then more monkeys came and took all our fruits.
They're stealing our fruits.
That was really sad because just before I discovered a new fruit I absolutely love. It's custard apple. Yeah. Have you ever tried custard apple? It tastes amazing. So we found a very basic bungalow again. This area was just absolutely stunning. This huge mountain range right in front of you and very fresh, clean air. And this area is also known for strawberries. So there are tons of strawberry fields. You can actually go there and pick your own strawberries. From Sembalun to Bangsal again, where our travel started. This road was also really beautiful, but I was just a bit tired of filming, so I didn't get my camera. But it's all in here, which matters. Sorry, I will not share it with you. But it's just a very stunning landscape. And the landscape also changes so quickly. So you have, in Lombok, you have really lush rainforest areas. But then you also have really dry patches. You have the rice fields, you have beautiful beaches, you have mountain. You almost have everything you can imagine. So I'm very, very thankful for this trip I had, and I hope we can see a little bit more, especially the north of Lombok, before we will leave Indonesia. Now we are back in Gili Air. So we have a couple of weeks left in Indonesia, and I think the main part we will spend here on Gili Air and maybe do a little trip to Lombok again. Thank you guys for watching and see you next week. Bye! Why can I not talk? Just talk, Tina. It's just a camera. Can I edit this? Can I? Oh.